Hi everyone, my name is Tony, and in this video with the help of some animation we're going to show you how to measure different areas of your home for floor. So a square or a rectangular room will be the easiest type to measure. All you need to do is get the longest and the widest and provide your local shop or us with those two numbers, and we'll be able to work out how much floor you'd need. An area that can be tricky to measure is a hallway. Hallways sometimes aren't just square or rectangle. Sometimes they're like an L shape or a T shape. Again, if you're measuring this area for any floor that comes in pieces, you want to imagine that those areas are separate. So if you have an L shape, essentially you have two squares or two rectangles. If you have a T shape, essentially again you will have 2 or 3 squares or rectangles, and you want to measure the longest and the widest of each of those squares or rectangles, and in the end we add all those together, which will tell us how much floor you'd need for the whole of that area. However, if you're measuring for carpet or for vinyl for a hallway, which is an L shape or a T shape, you want to measure the longest and the widest, so we can make sure that there's one big enough piece to cover all of that area without any joints. So another area that can be quite tricky to measure is a big open plan family area, which could have a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, all in one area, but it's an L shape or a T shape or some kind of out of ordinary shape. Same rule apply, you break it up, longest, widest, in the end add it all together and you will have the number you need. Again, in the same room, if you want to have carpet, you need to get the longest and the widest, so we can make sure that there's one big enough piece to cover all of that area without any joint. Measuring stairs gets everybody. It's not that difficult. You need to measure the depth and the rise of the step, and you need to measure the width of the step. If you have winders, you need to measure the longest depth and the longest rise, and you need to measure the longest width. You will also need to count how many steps you have. If you have straight steps, count those separately to your winders. Landings can be very similar to hallways. Sometimes they're an L shape, sometimes they're a T shape, sometimes they're nice and easy in a square. If you're measuring for carpet, remember you need to get the longest and the widest. If you're measuring for any flooring that comes in pieces like wood floor, you separate it, break it up and get those different measurements. Bedrooms are usually the easiest out of all because they're a square or a rectangle. That way you need to get the widest and the longest, and that will tell us how much carpet you need. At the same time, it will tell us how much laminate floor you would need. Bathrooms, again, usually they're a square or a rectangle, so essentially you need the longest and the widest. If there's a bath, most of the time the floor would not go underneath it, so you can just measure from the bath. Again, like I said, any square or rectangle, easy. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you like it, please press that like button. Make sure to subscribe to see any of our future videos that can be helpful as well. And if you need to contact us for any questions or anything like that, I'll leave all our contact details in the captions below, and we look forward to speaking with you.